you can influence the outcome of the hearing. Reverse the verdict. How you gonna tell me all my peoples don't deserve it? We born perfect, but irreparable damage can't be covered up in bandages. It depends on the supreme to deem it against a nation's belief. Original pigeonhole, when the real enemies are just the authors of confusion.
What happened to compassion? A passion where understanding was the fashion. Now we sacrifice our grammar just to show appreciation. The manifestation, not of the manifest destiny, but to manifest a personal destiny. To live happily. They're trying to take away our rights, but I'm still jabbing with my left. The Koch brothers are trying to take what we got left. In this game of life, money is the ref.
This concept of freedom swells my tear duct to the point one just don't give a fuck or remains any hope. We becoming crows, picking the bones. The house is charged, the victim's the community, and the corporate is still at large. Vacancy after vacancy, the norm becomes complacency. We owe it to our ancestors to do more for our brothers and sisters.
Spreading enlightenment, even in the dark. Embark to the bark is spark. Cali wildfire, staying golden like the outside of the ark. Making a mark, one to the dude, they mark with a magic marker. Coloring a white Lambo, just making it too much darker. I got laid by my boss before she laid me off, and this is how I get off. It seems like every week the ozone gets weaker, future looks bleaker, and everyone's a tweaker.
These star bellies wanna live belly. I'm rooting half the earth and a quarter of another. I guess what's left came from my mother. Recognize the disguise, what's up with these guys? Another pigment, or maybe it's just a figment of reality. How come it had to be category? This never-ending story. X the box, wolf the box. My bloodline superseding your timeline.
Staying alive till you're 800 years old with a staff to hold, made of gold, licky toads, understanding the generosity of Earth's energy, navigating the seas by knowledge of distant galaxies, and basically moving slow with basic technology. But nowadays, everyone seems to be the enemy, aren't they? Better pray not to get preyed on by a deranged kid with a handgun who thinks shooting his classmates is fun.
That's why we rhyming of ancient mariner, albatross so heavy, guilt built and felt, written and permanent felt. My generation's so petty. Judge before I even get to open my mouth. Told you now, stop your blasphemy, blasphemy. With every stroke of Alex pen, a right become the dust that hits the wind. We smuggling books to Freedom University.
Australia was a black continent. Africa was a black continent. North America was a red continent. South America was a red continent. You are not standing on your own ground. You're standing on red ground. And that's what it means to be white. To say that you're standing on your own ground and standing on somebody else's. And then mystify the whole process so it seems like you're not doing that.
On June 26, 1975, on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota, FBI agents Jack Kohler and Ronald Williams were shot to death at virtually point-blank range. Were you involved in that?
No. No, I was not.
You didn't pull the trigger?
No.
Were you there?
I was in the area, yes.
Why do you believe you're here at Leavenworth Prison?
Someone had to pay for the murders of their agents.
You were railroaded?
Well, definitely.
Are you guilty of anything?
I'm guilty of trying to stop the injustices that are happening to Indian people in Indian territories and Indian country.
To understand the case, you must understand the times. Following the 1973 occupation of government offices at Wounded Knee by the militant American Indian movement that Peltier was part of, Pine Ridge was an armed camp, thought to have the highest murder rate in the country and the highest concentration of FBI agents. There were SWAT teams and memos proposing paramilitary operations in Indian country, all during a time of well-documented government misconduct against dissident political groups, including AIM.
We didn't bring no war to them, they brought it to us. And we have a right to protect ourselves, we have a right to protect our people, our way of life, and our land. And if need be, we'll do it again.
Bob Robidoux was here the day that 2 federal officers and an Indian man were killed in a shootout. FBI agents Jack Kohler and Ronald Williams drove onto the Jumping Bull Ranch, ostensibly looking for a young Indian accused of stealing some cowboy boots. Before long, shots broke out. No one knows who fired the first one.
Did you know they were FBI agents?
No, I didn't have any idea who they were. I was just responding to the fire.
You don't know who fired the first shot?
No, I have no idea who fired the first shot, and I don't feel it matters. We felt at that time that we were at war, and when we were attacked, we were going to defend ourselves.